water. I need to find a ship. Any ship will do.
There be a dinghy ahead, Captain, off the port bow. A dinghy, you say? Yes, Captain. Only one man by the looks of it. Arr! We're shiver me timbers. Make way, me hearties. Arr! What ye be doing floating about in the middle of the sea? Why don't you come aboard? We have food and water.
I guess pirates will have to do.
I be Captain Roger, and this be me ship, the Bounty. Here is me crew. Jack Black Hawkins, me first mate. Lady Ann, she's next in command. Tom Scrub, he's our lookout guy. Jimbo, the buccaneer. Beef Stew Bill, the cook. Cannonball Jimmy, the cabin boy. And our monkey, Jack. What you be doing out here?
My name is Abristiel, and I had to escape from the Greencoats. That's how I ended up at sea.
Arr, you must be the one that had the run-in with Prince Barrel. Everyone is talking about that. Welcome aboard me ship. Any enemy of Prince Barrel is a friend of mine. I have this here map. It leads to treasure. Since you're on me ship, how about you joining us in a little treasure hunt? We will give you a share of the booty.
But that sounds like an adventure. Count me in.
Set sail for Treasure Island, me buckos.
You wanted the best? Well, they couldn't make it. So here's what you get. From Michigan, Mikey J Productions.
Where's Georgie?
And Georgie.
Guess who's back? Back again. Mikey's back.
Tell a friend.
Hey, everybody, here we are with episode 53 of the Brick Chat. But before I go any further, let me just say, if you like this stream and any of the content on the channel, please
Like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll be getting into Harry Potter house banner Slytherin build. We're building Slytherin first.
Yep.
After the intro coming in.
Now.
Well, hello. How is everyone doing today?
Hello, hello.
We have a good show lined up for everyone today.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
The missus is going to be building this first off.
Can't really see it very good.
That's why I got a poll up, because we don't expect this will take the whole episode to
Well,
build.
there's only 2 bags, so
Only 2 bags. She's confident she can knock it out pretty quick.
as long as you don't distract me.
And so that's why I put a poll up to see which one you want us to build second.
Yeah, because I've got all 4 of them. So I opened this one because I was going to steal the green pieces. Could you sit down? Stop. Goodness gracious. I was going to steal the green pieces for Bag End, my Shire mock, but
I wouldn't let her.
no, that's not true at all. They just didn't work. That is not true. He did have a good point though. He's like, "Aren't you gonna do a review on those?" I'm like,
Yeah.
I think I was gonna.
See, I didn't know that.
No, you had nothing to do with it.
Oliver Cipher is here.
Hello.
Ahoy, ahoy. Hello.
Ahoy.
Miranda is here. She
Hello,
says, "Hey,
Miranda.
Mikey, how are you doing today?"
What's up on me? I
Wait.
don't get a hello.
You're not the only one. That's okay. We
We're-
just say that it's just a general hello from all of us.
It's we are doing it was a trying week for us, but you know, such is life. Oliver says, "Hey, my lucky number is 53. The Love Bug was my favorite movie growing up."
Oh, I love that movie.
That's not the one with Herbie, is
It
it?
is, I believe.
Yeah.
I think. Well, he's number 53. Herbie is. So.
Yeah. And so, what else do we have planned for today's show?
That's all I got.
Do you guys want to see my...
Georgie's got stuff he wants to show already.
Well, I have a couple of Lego ideas submissions to talk about.
Ooh.
One of which was a friend of the channel. We helped his arcade get to the 10,000 supporter.
Oh, he's got another one, huh?
So he's got another one. He reached out to me and wanted to know if I would be willing to talk about it. And I said,
of course.
absolutely. So I can talk about that. And then I have another fun one lined up for today.
Awesome. You always find good
Do you
ones.
guys want to see my two creations?
Well, let us.
Oliver says,
Finish
"Hi,
your stuff.
Mrs. Mikey J, and hello, Georgie."
There you go. Thanks.
Rock and roll. Rock and roll, baby.
All right.
So, how is everyone out there doing today? Did you guys have a good week since last time we chatted?
I hope so. Everybody ready for summer?
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, we only got
Summer.
I'll take a look at the calendar real quick. 1, 2.
Oh, me and Georgie already counted. We have 13 days left of school.
When's his last day of school?
The 9th, I believe.
The
Do you
9th.
guys wanna
Oh,
see my
maybe
two-
the 16th.
guys want to see my two
I
creations?
don't know. I know it's 13 school days left. Hold on.
1,
Georgie.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Oh.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that would be the 9th would be his last day.
Well, then maybe that is the last day.
So that means
We have 3 weeks left.
counting this week.
Yeah, counting this week.
So that means we only have 2 more shows left.
That's
then.
it, huh?
Yeah, until we're going on hiatus.
Going on break.
Yeah.
We were on a break.
Miranda says, "Hey, Mikey, good news. My stepdad is home now." Well, that is
Woo,
good.
That
news.
is good.
I'm happy for you.
Yes, I
And
hope he's feeling better.
yeah.
Oh.
Let me see here.
I put that sticker on awful. I stuck it down. Oh no.
Trying to see if I had anything nice that I could play for you for that. But it's all kind of sarcastic. It wouldn't really be appropriate.
We'll just say good. We're glad.
Oh, I'm not like to show you my...
And she says, "Hey, Mikey, tell your son that he is in my Lego City."
Oh, Georgie.
Georgie, you're in Miranda's Lego City.
Look at that. Yeah, she said you are.
You know, and speaking of which, I
very
would love
excited.
to, showcase it or talk about, any of your guys' collections and stuff. If you send me some stuff, I'd be
Yeah.
more than happy to talk about it on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. We love to showcase other people's works.
Oliver says, "The Love Bug, Herbie goes to Monte Carlo, Herbie rides again, Herbie goes bananas."
Look
Bruce
at all
Campbell
those.
was in one, huh? The Love Bug too with Lindsay Lohan. And Herbie Fully Loaded. I know the Lindsay Lohan movie is, and I've seen some of the older ones as well, but I don't know which ones that I've seen
Right.
because they're all kind of the same to me.
They're all about a car. I loved Herbie though. That was one of the reasons I fell in love with the VW Bug. I loved him.
Well, there was one bit of Lego news that came down the pipeline recently, and I wanted to discuss it. We already kind of discussed it here on the show, but I figured, let's talk about it again, because the official images got released.
Oh, Pac-Man.
And that is Pac-Man.
Pac-Man got released.
And
I'd like to say I was right. It's not playable.
Yeah, it's got a little crank on the side.
You can sort of
Here
play
you can see the crank on the side.
Yeah.
And you can move the character around a little bit, but you don't actually use the joystick to move it.
To do anything, yeah.
Yeah. And it will be released June 1st for VIP members, and I think it's June 4th for everybody else.
Really?
I mean, my opinion of it hasn't changed.
Even with the real pictures.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I appreciate Lego doing this kind of stuff. I do.
It's very nostalgic, and it's a cool concept.
My favorite thing about it is the
mini one,
the minifigure size Pac-Man arcade.
Mine too.
I wish I could just buy that.
Right.
If they just sold like that, like in a poly bag, I would be all over.
That'd be awesome. I think it's a little weird that they did that it was a girl.
Well,
she's a girl. I love her jacket though.
To be completely fair, Pac-Man was originally designed
for women
to get women more interested in arcade gaming at the time.
I know.
But having said that, it was it was an interesting choice, we'll say that.
He wants to see it.
What did you say?
Jordy wants to see it.
See, and the back opens up, and that's where all the goodies are. This little topper for it is pretty cool, though.
Yeah, I liked that. I love how you can turn it around, and it's the ghost ones.
Georgie
I thought that was fun. He does, yes.
Let me see it.
See?
Oh, what is it?
It's a Pac-Man.
Pac-Man Lego set.
Lego set. It's an arcade.
Yeah.
They made a Pac-Man arcade.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
We have that upstairs, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says we have a real one. What do we need a Lego one for?
Why do we need a Lego Pac-Man?
Well, we're not gonna get it. It's just something Lego came out with for fans. We don't have to buy everything that's Lego. Okay, you're pushing on mommy, honey.
Birds and Stuff is here. Well, hello, Birds and Stuff.
Hello,
how are you today?
welcome.
I think Birds and Stuff might be a Lego tuber, so I'll give them a
Lego tuber shout.
Lego tuber shout. Here you go.
Ted, Annette! Hey, glad you could come. How you doing? Give me your coat. Ted has a small carpet cleaning business in receivership. They got $15,000 left on the house at 8%. So they're okay.
I love how he just gives away all personal information.
Oliver says the 63 Beetle was my dream car till I found Kit, Back to the Future, Ghostbusters, A-Team, etc. While I love all those vehicles that you mentioned, none of them are my absolute dream car. My dream car is a 56 Chevy Bel Air. I like the 57 as well and the 55, but 56 is my favorite.
Mine used to be a cherry red Volkswagen Bug. I don't know a year. I just liked it. White convertible top, white leather seats, pinstripe.
Oliver says, reminds me of the scene from Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Yeah, on the Pac-Man. And King Oldendorf is here. Hello, sir. How are you doing?
Hopefully you're well.
Here's his introduction.
Hello there.
King Oldendorf.
La happy talaga.
And King Oldorf has some news. I did see in the Discord. He was your submission to the Brinklink Designer Program. Did it get fully accepted, or did they accept it but they said you needed to work on the instructions more? I know that you said the instructions were a bit of a hang up, but sounds like it's progressing.
Yay!
Oliver says Louis Tully is amazing. He is. And King Oldor says, I am busy with Bricklink as I got replies saying I need to design the instructions for my mock. Yes. And Oliver says the 1959 Cadillac Miller Mueller Future Centurion Deluxe limousine style ambulance / hearse conversion combo car is my current dream car, aka the Ecto 1. Yes, I did know that was the Ecto 1 when you said the Miller Mueller.
I can't say it.
I can't say it, but I know what you're talking about. But that's you do have some car knowledge to know that.
I thought you were talking about Poppy Playtime.
No, nobody's talking about Poppy Playtime.
Like, do you guys want to see my camera?
And that is actually one of the rarest cars in the world. If people didn't realize that, so much so that the actual film used Ecto 1s, there's been controversy regarding some of them in the past because they fixed it all now. But what happened was after Ghostbusters 2 was filmed, the Ghostbusters 1A sat in the Sony movie studios lot, or maybe it was at Universal Studios. I think it was at Universal Studios. It sat there in the Universal Studios, and people could climb on it and take pictures with it or whatever. Well, it ended up getting into disrepair, and Sony didn't know what to do with it, and because it's not easy to just
get parts for it or anything, fix it.
Like you have to make brand new parts for it, and there was a whole big movement online to get that car to out of Sony's hands into the hands of somebody that is going to care for it properly. Well, then Ghostbusters Afterlife was made, and the Ecto 1 that you see in Ghostbusters Afterlife is the original Ghostbusters Ecto 1A from Ghostbusters 2. So they turned it. So it's actually kind of a nice, full coming around a story involving that.
Didn't they put a Corvette engine in it?
Yeah, they did put it.
So they could go flying through that. That's my favorite part of the whole movie is when Finn's driving that. Oh my gosh.
Because there was the original.
Who doesn't want to drive that through a cornfield like that?
The original Ecto 1 from the original Ghostbusters movie, you do see that in Ghostbusters 2 in the very beginning. But the Ecto 1A and the Ecto 1 were different cars in actual real world. Now, are they different cars in the film universe? That is still yet to be completely determined. That's a big controversy in the Ghostbusters community. But yes, the Ecto 1A from Ghostbusters 2 is the car that you see in Ghostbusters Afterlife. King Oldorf says, when I submitted, I forgot to design the instructions. Yeah.
Those ones are, that can be a little tricky because, it is for me anyway, when I do the instructions in there, because I am so willy-nilly when I mock. And so like step 4 could have stuff from step 13 in it, so I have a hard time. I have to go through each step to make sure that they're not all just crazy. So I understand your plight there, Ollendorf. That's one of the reasons I didn't turn my my Erebor statues into that contest, because I was like, I don't think my instructions are good yet.
Oliver says the Ecto 1A from Ghostbusters 2 was used as the hero Ecto 1A in Afterlife. You can see the screw holes and bent bumper. Yeah, because they repurposed it for that movie. So it was because the original Ghostbusters 1 or Ecto 1, they're not gonna beat up just for the sake of the movie. But like I said, the Ecto 1A from Ghostbusters 2 was already kind of beat up.
So they beat it, yeah. So they used it.
And he says Ecto 1 from Ghostbusters 1 is fully restored. Yeah. I don't know where it's exactly at now. I think it's at Sony movie studios, like parked out in front of their offices, and sometimes they take it out to like film showings and stuff, press junkets and all that kind of stuff. Like there was I remember hearing a story that they took it to Europe, and I don't remember where in Europe, but somebody stole it, but they eventually got it back because it's not really easy to steal the Ecto 1.
Somebody's going to see it.
Somebody's going to see it. And when it was all over the news that the Ecto 1 was missing.
Right. You're going to get caught, dude.
Stud Tidius is here. Hello, Stud.
Hi, Stud.
He says, I have my dream car, but it's not fully finished yet. It's an 85% restored 1967 GT500 Mustang, the infamous Mustang Eleanor from Gone in 60 Seconds.
Oh, look at you.
Cool.
That's awesome.
That's cool that you have it. Mm-hmm. I still have delusions of grandeur of getting a 56 Chevy one day.
Delusions of grandeur. That's exactly what they are.
Every time we were out and about, and like I said, if I see a 55, 56, or 57, I'll be like, ooh, look at that. Mm-hmm. But when I see a 56, I go, oh, yeah, look at that. That's great. Well, the 57 is I actually have a car buddy, and he said the 57 Chevy is the most desired car in the world because it's such an iconic looking car. And most people would prefer the 57 because of the big fins over the 55 and the 56. But my father had a 56 when I was young, and I loved that car. And it's not quite as flashy looking as the 57, but it looks better than the 55. It's the nice in-between model. Oliver says the Ecto 1 broke down on the Brooklyn Bridge and shut down traffic for 4 hours, so they got a new car. Stud says, I need to paint it metallic silver with black racing stripes. My dad and I share the car. We've been restoring it for years now. Well,
that's cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's fun.
King Oldendorf says, studio instructions is so easy for me as it feel the same as my past software work designing.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad you're not going to have a hard time with it then. Yeah, the only reason it's challenging for me is because, like I said, I'm so willy-nilly with my, I caught it. So willy-nilly with my mocking. If I would do it more in a orderly fashion, but
Stud City says that darn car has cost so much to get genuine parts. It's taken years to get it almost complete. Yeah, I believe that. When I was young now, and this was, we're talking back in the late 80s and early 90s and stuff. I'd go to car shows with my dad, and he was always looking for genuine 56 Chevy parts and stuff like that. Because even back then, it wasn't easy to get, real authentic parts. So, fast forward all these years later, for all those old cars, it's just getting harder and harder for sure. Mm-hmm. That's why, Oliver, we're talking about the Ecto 1. I saw it's on YouTube, so you can search and find it. Wait till after the stream's over to do it. But,
please.
The Ecto 1, they actually. They took it to a company that does all the movie vehicles and stuff, and they will make what they need in-house.
They'll fabricate it.
They'll fabricate whatever is needed for any of those cars. So
that's a nice option.
Yeah. And oh, look at that, Stud Sidious, you're so kind.
Aww, we've got a rat problem.
We do have a rat
This is
problem.
amazing. So much character. We do have a rat problem.
I said, I want the knife. Please.
He did it. He changed it for me.
Well, I had to change it because it got me a copyright trouble last time. So I was like, oh, I got to go and change it anyway. And so
He put the please in there for
Yeah.
me. I love that part. Please.
let's see. And Hugh is also here. Hello, Hugh. And so we'll follow up the rat with some leopard.
Yeah. Yay, that's fun. Oh, how do I do
How you guys doing?
this?
And Stud says, I'm glad my dad was obsessed with Mustangs so I can convince to restore the one I wanted.
Oh, yeah. Didn't take much convincing, I bet.
And Oliver says the one that was stolen, it was a Future Centurion Sentinel, not a Futura Central Duplex. It wasn't actually stolen. It was a press stunt from Sony and some rapper. I don't remember who. Really?
Oh. Kind of like, didn't Bill Murray steal somebody's car and went joyriding during a movie? I want to say some actress was telling the story that he just stole the car and went joyriding.
I'm trying to think what movie it was.
I can't remember.
I don't know if it was Ghostbusters or
No, it wasn't Ghostbusters. It was a movie. It was a different movie. It was one of his maybe it was like I don't remember exactly what one it was. But I remember hearing the actress describe it or reading the article where the actress was describing it. How he just like she didn't even know what to do. She kind of just went along for the ride. But he like lost all the film crew and everything, and they're all screaming at him on the on the walkies. I don't remember what it was, but so yeah, I can believe the PR stunts like that.
Miranda says, "Hey, Mikey, I've been posting Lego videos on YouTube, and they turn out really good."
Oh yay!
Oh, hey, that's cool.
We'll have to check them out.
Yeah. And Stud says, "Please."
I know. I was so mad he didn't include that. I'm like, that's like the second best part of it. You gotta have the please in there.
Well, like I said, I had to go back through, and so I said, since I gotta go look at it,
I'll give the girl what she wants.
Yeah.
Give the lady what she wants.
And Oliver says, "Yeah, just the tail fins cost like 20 grand, way cheaper just to fabricate."
Yeah, that's why they do it.
Yeah. King Oldworth says, "Do we still have a jug problem?"
No, never had a jug problem.
No.
Nope. No jug problems.
It's been rectified. Stud says, "I hope my dad is still around by the time we are done with the car. He's getting up there in age. It's almost done." Well, I hope for both of your guys' sake you are as well.
I got a hair.
One Brick Stud is here. Hello.
Hello.
He says, "Hey, wonderful Lego people. The banners are awesome. Great minifigures. There are some new characters introduced in the set."
Yeah, I'm excited about them. I probably won't keep them as banners, just because I want to incorporate the scenes into my actual castle, and the banners kind of don't work that way. But I haven't really figured it out yet because I hadn't put my hands on them yet. Same with the books. I wanted all the accessories. I want all these accessories, like all these sticker pieces. They're so cool, you know. I want them all.
You want to talk about that thing?
Oh, I hadn't got to it yet, but yeah, these things, these little inserts they feel like those old stickers you get that when you were a kid. You know, they have that feeling to them. But these things are so cool. I actually, Mike helped talk me into it because I can't. They're too tall for any of my. Oh, I'm looking at the camera and I'm not even talking. I'm sorry. Well, anyway, they're too tall to go into my castle, so I'd have to cut them. And I was like, oh, these are really nice. I mean, this is a pretty nice Lego piece to be. I mean, for me anyway. I like stuff like this, and it's a. I just love that sound. But so we actually saw them in a store that we were already getting pieces from, of course. And so we picked up all of them, all 4 of them. And I am going to end up cutting them and using the images. I'll probably just cut the tops off right here because I think that's as much as it needs to go in my castle. And, you know, so, but yeah, these things are super cool. I know that the books had a lot of stickers in them, and that's why I didn't know these came with these banners. So this was a new thing for me. But the only thing is, I was sad it's a little too tall for my castle. But if I just cut them and like I said, I bought some extra.
They weren't too bad either.
No, they were cheap. Oh, I didn't even see it. It says Tom Riddle was here. Because they move, you know.
Yeah, because it's like the old holograms.
Yeah, those old holograms you used to get, and I used to always love to make that noise with my nails. But yeah, these things are super cool, and I was really sad because I didn't know if I was going to be able to use them because, like I said, they're too tall for my castle, like a floor of my castle. I just don't know how I would integrate it into there, and so if I cut it. I think if I cut it like right at the top here, then it'll fit. And I could probably incorporate those other ones in there too somewhere. But yeah, when because I hadn't opened these yet. And when I first opened it, I'm like, oh, that's a cool piece. You know, I'm always out on the lookout for cool pieces. I do love unique pieces. And this is a unique piece to me anyway.
Oh, and you know, the actual interiors of it all will be good for your mocks and stuff.
Yeah, I think it'll bring my castle to life more, you know.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of blank spaces right now, and so eventually, someday, if I ever get to work on it, I'll be able to incorporate it. But yeah, I love all the little accessories in these sets. That's why I got all the books. I did have Delusions of Grandeur with the books when they first came out. I was thinking of using them on the back of my Diagon Alley, you know, because I did have a hard time with open back sets back then, which I've come to just accept them. But so I was going to use them, but they were so small. I didn't realize they were so tiny. And I was like, oh, that's not going to work.
Hugh says, I heard the rest of Def Leppard's concert because they played yesterday down the road for me at Sheffield United Ground, Barmel Lane.
Wow.
Oh,
that's
cool.
Pretty awesome. Well, yeah, you caught it.
And Oliver says, Futura as in future but with an A, Centurion as in silver, Centurion Iron Man suit, duplex as in the apartment building.
Just say it.
Stud says, that darn car would have been done now, but my father insisted on all OEM original parts, hard to find.
That'll do it. Yep. Oh, oops, I did these wrong.
Stud says, I would have used remakes for some parts, but I see why my dad wants it all original. Yeah, that's definitely, you know, when it comes to car restorations, that's definitely the old, you know, sticking point is some people want it, you know, actually the way it was originally, and others are more in the hot rodded out category. I know for me, like I was talking on a 56 Chevy Bel Air, I wouldn't want the original engine in it. I'd want to put a Corvette engine in it or something. I want it to have a little bit more power behind it. You know, so I'm not all I'm not in the it has to be original category.
Stickler for the original.
It's just having the car itself is, you know,
good enough for you.
Good enough for me.
Well, keep dreaming.
Well, my luck is I'll end up with what is it, about 2000 and 17 or 18 Camaro.
Oh, I was gonna say, how are you gonna get that? But that's your dad's. Okay. I was gonna say, what? Not from this lot.
And Stud says, what were
Winning a
those
lot?
rubber sticker sets called that we had in the 80s? They were reusable on the blackboard. They came with like magnets almost.
Oh my gosh. I almost had them. They're
Not shrinky.
I was just gonna say they're not shrinky dinks. Oh my gosh. Klingons. They're like Klingons or something like that. Oh, it did start with an S though, I think. I know what you're talking about. They actually, I use those. I have those at Christmas. I use those on my windows. But yes, I know what you're talking about. But the name has eluded me.
One Bricks does the 3D images are nice inclusion.
They are. They're so nice. Like I said, I was very sad because they're so nice. And I was like, how can I can't cut these, but I want to cut them because I want to use them.
Oliver says the standard hole punch is the same size as stud/Technic pin. Really?
That's interesting.
Stud says, I forgot what those rubber sticker sets were called. They had different themes like Scooby, He-Man, G.I. Joe, etc. You could peel the stickers back and place them in different spots.
Mm-hmm.
And those rubber sticker sets and Shrinky Dinks were so popular in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what they used to be called.
I know. It's going to drive me nuts. But Shrinky Dinks. You can make Shrinky Dinks at home. Now, I've done it. You, because we always get cookies and stuff, but you know how they have those plastic containers that have, they put the cookies in? You can use those and draw on them and color them and then stick those in the microwave or in the oven. Make your own Shrinky Dinks.
King Oldner says, Hugh, did you invite Carrie over to your house for the concert?
For the Def Leppard concert.
Yeah. Oliver says, I was barely around for scratch and sniffs, let alone 3D stickers.
Oh, scratch and sniffs.
I mean,
those 3D stickers are.
I don't typically like to ask people how old they are, but your car knowledge has got me confused. Are you in your teens, 20s, 30s? How old are you, man?
Don't ask. That's not very nice.
Well, because his car knowledge is impressive.
Hey, he's a car guy. He knows what he's talking about.
One Bricks does, are you purchasing any of these new Harry Potter on day one? I'm waiting until the 9th of June because of double VIP, more points for Gringotts. That's a good question.
That's a good point. Yeah, well, because I'm not buying a whole lot of the new stuff that's coming out. So I might as well just wait. I think I'm just buying the one, the castle part. I think I'm just buying that one. Oh, in the train. Yeah. So I'm buying two. Yeah. But you're right. I should wait. I'll have to weigh the.
Even though we're gonna have to change the roof on the train, but
yeah,
to have more coach cars is worth it. I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Stud says color forms. I think.
You're my hero. That's exactly what they're called. Color forms. Yes. They still have them sometimes, but they don't call them color forms anymore. But yeah, you can sometimes get them in dollar stores and stuff. They use them mostly for like decorations on windows now. That's what they sell them as now.
Oliver says, my stepdad's got a 69 Continental, a 32 Ford Coupe, and a Harley Davidson Ford F350.
Harley Davidson Ford?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh, okay. I was confused. I was thinking of motorcycle, but it's a Ford. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a truck.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like trying to picture
Do you go to the St. Ignace car shows?
Ooh.
Because I know they have a pretty good car show there. We've thought about going in the past. Maybe we will.
Maybe. Man, Stud, thank you so much because that was driving my brain bonkers.
Moments of the Magic is here.
Hello, sir.
How are you today,
Welcome,
my
welcome.
friend?
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. And you must be the Monopoly guy. Thanks for the free parking.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
All those color forms driving me nuts. My brain is just hurting.
And King Oldor says, favorite car model, I guess Land Rover Defender. I not car knowledge, but I watch Car Challenge a lot, like Top Gear.
Ah.
You know, I know Top Gear the most from a game I have, Forza. It's all sorts of Top Geared out. And this isn't what he was talking about, but please make sure you like the stream.
Might as well throw it in there.
Moments of the Magic says, doing good, thanks. Workday is almost over.
Ah, so nice.
So you spend all day doing photography, and then you go home at night and do Lego photography? Is that a regular day in the life of Moments? Stud says, it just randomly popped in my head. Color forms, it was driving me nuts as well. They were huge in the 80s.
I'm so glad it was driving you nuts too, because it was eating me alive. I'm like, oh, and then all I could think of was Shrinky-Dinks. Shrinky-Dinks. Which reminds me that they said that Skidamarink movie did pretty darn good. That horror movie.
Really?
That they named Skidamarink.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I thought that was hilarious. Skidamarink, getting.
You know, I definitely had my fair share of Shrinky Dinks. But when I look back on them now, I mean, I still don't really see what the point of them was.
It was just cool. I thought it was just, you know, it was kind of one of those childhood wonder things. You know, you got this Shrinky Dink that's like this big, and you know you color it and everything, and then you put it in the oven and it turns out all small. You know, it was one of those like magic sand.
I know, but I mean, for how popular it was, for how kind of lame it was in reality, like it's.
Well, you know,
but I mean, don't get me wrong. I had my fair share of Shrinky Dinks. I did.
Not all kids' toys are cool, you know.
And you can see why I gravitated to Lego.
Right.
When your competition is stuff like Shrinky
Dinks. Not much of a competition at all. But see, Shrinky Dinks were cheap. You could get your parents to buy them for you.
Yeah.
And all they had to do was turn on the oven. You know, it was, you know, you spent hours coloring them all, and you wanted to color them all nice because, you know, they have the holes in them. You can make them as keychains or backpacks or for your trapper keeper.
Moment says, no, I sell cars to make money, LOL. I wish I did photography all day.
Ah.
Oh.
Car salesman, eh? You
got any deals?
I was a car salesman for a hot second.
Stud City says, I had Gumby color forms. Now that's old school. I loved Gumby. It was even old then. We got the reruns. Yeah,
oh, yeah.
I watched
Gumby.
Some Gumby. What was Pokey?
Pokey was the horse, yeah. Gumby and Pokey.
Stud says, I used to love Gumby stop motion show. Yeah, was it the same people that did like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and stuff, I wonder?
Oh.
Because as I said in a previous episode, that was Rankin and Bass that did like Rudolph, and that's who also did the Hobbit animated movies.
Right.
Same company.
So I wonder if they did. Gumby.
King Older says, don't forget to like the stream, otherwise we, the mod, will give you a timeout. Just kidding, but do it. I can be joking around or serious.
Listen to all that threats. Goodness. Wonder's going gangster on us. Getting all these threats, man.
Here you go.
What has that got to do with it?
Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
Back off, man. I'm a scientist. Oops, I forgot to put this on.
Oliver says, it was a partnership between Ford and Harley Davidson, the motorcycle company. And yes, I go to the St. Ignace Car Show every year. I mean, I'm like 2 blocks from the bridge.
I heard the bridge got hit by a crane.
What?
Yeah, there's damage on the bridge. It got hit by a crane going underneath it, I bet.
Under the water?
Well, no. I think the actual crossing part.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't read the article, but yeah, they said that it got shut down for a bit because it got damage done by a crane.
Stud says, I wish someone made a custom molded Gumby Lego fig.
Ooh.
I'm surprised that, we haven't seen some more Gumby stuff of late. It's been a long time since we've seen anything related to that show. I guess it's almost too old at this point.
I don't think it's too old.
Stud says, Prickle, the yellow dinosaur dragon thing was cool in Gumby. I don't know what he was.
Prickle, yellow, orangey thing.
Prickle and Pokey. Gumby had some strange names. And what was the blue girl that slid around in a spot of blue goo, the female character on Gumby? She was, that's definitely an interesting character.
Oh my goodness. How does that go? I can't do that. It doesn't work.
What has that got to do with it?
What does that? Back off, man. I'm a scientist. There we go. I'm so confused on it. Oh. See, like all this stuff, I will totally use this in my mock of my Hogwarts. All these cool pieces. Oh.
So it says, what was she? So strange but cool. Yeah. Oliver says, okay, but like the original Puff the Magic Dragon, anyone? Yeah, I watched that cartoon a bit as well.
Our son has a Jack-in-the-Box of it. Yeah. Well, because his nursery was knights and castles and dragons. So he
and we won't talk about the controversy in regards to the song.
No. That's not
a magical place called Halloween.
That's not why. It was because it was a dragon. I didn't know when I got it that it was going to be Puff the Magic Dragon.
I love dragons.
Georgie loves it.
I want no one to steal it.
Ooh, I'm already on 2.
See, it's already up the bag, too.
Yeah, I told ya.
And let me see here.
You guys want to see my new characters?
Georgie wants to show off his character.
Don't forget, I got a poll there.
Oh, yeah. Tell everybody about the poll. Anybody
what?
voted?
About what?
About the poll.
Me?
Not you.
Daddy?
Oh,
no,
I can't
viewers.
See it. No. Maybe I forgot to pin it or something. See, I don't do polls very often.
So it's not even on there? You did it wrong. Now we don't know what to build.
Oliver says, okay, well, let's see, wrong. I already read that one. Stud says, I used to love the Disney movie Pete's Dragon. The dragon was animated, but the rest was live action. Yeah.
Yes. I remember that movie.
Oliver says, wait, what controversy?
The song.
The song has a double entendre.
Yeah.
Do anybody want to see my new characters?
Georgie wants to show off his characters, Daddy.
Okay, time for Georgie to show off his stuff.
Here's Zolfius.
Oh, we got comments up. So, there you go.
Zolfius.
Nana.
Jumbo Josh, and that's not it. I built one more. Stinger Flint.
Oh, you used your
carrot house.
Your carrot house. Nice use of the brick separator. I like it. This is Ban's garden.
Mm-hmm.
right?
These are all the.
Which he calls it Ban Ban's kindergarten, but it's garden.
It's Garden of Ban.
Garden of Ban Ban. Oh,
This is Zolfi's. He comes in chapter 2. One was Nana.
tell him all about it.
Steve Flynn comes in chapter 3. Joe Majestic comes in 3 seasons. 3, 2, and 1.
Ooh.
And don't make Peelbird next.
You're going to make another one?
Yeah, Peelbird. Before I make Nana Melina and Shared Toaster is so sweet.
All these names.
Okay, well,
Good job.
And
thanks for showing us your stuff.
I appreciate it. You're so creative, bud. Good job.
Come here, Zolvius.
Zovius. Oh.
Stud City says, looking rad, Georgie. Stay creative, my little friend.
Aw. Uh-oh.
Oh, something fell down.
Yeah, I was trying to squeeze behind you.
Infamous Convict is here.
Hi, Infamous.
He says, hey, Brick Chat, what happened on Spin the Wheel last week? I know. You had 4 entries.
You had so many
and Brick of Picks. Look it.
Squeaked it out at the last second.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I was rooting for you, man. I know. But I actually I haven't seen Brick of Picks here yet, but we still need to send it out. It's been a rough week.
And nobody told me until today.
Yeah, I put the boss on it. And so.
Yeah. Well, he just put me on it today, so like what? Half hour before our show started. You want to run up there? No, I don't. I will get it out though. Don't worry. I will do it. But it has been a rough week already.
King Old North says, Mikey new tagline, don't forget, kid, if Mikey asks you to do something, he will give you a random Lego piece if you do.
Ooh, can I get a random Lego piece to do my job?
There you go.
That's not a random Lego piece.
It's Lego. It says it right on there.
Darn it. I have enough of those. I got brick suffers coming out of my eyes.
Here.
I have so many brick suffers.
Hugh says, I have some photos from the building of my flat. I'll post them in Discord. Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
Stud City says, if you really want to get random with 80s cartoons,
Uh-oh. It's going to blow my mind.
Monchichi.
Monchichi. Is that what he was going to say?
Yeah. I don't know if I know that one.
Monchichi. We can do karate. Monchichi. Oops, I'm sorry.
Well, she knows it.
They were like little, yeah, they were.
What is that show?
It was a cute little show. They had an awesome, I mean, nobody wrote, what are they called? Opening songs, or what do they call those? They could have some word for them.
Theme songs.
Theme songs. Nobody wrote theme songs like the 80s, man. I mean, geez, they're so fun. Every 80s theme song.
See, when I think of an old cartoon with karate in it, Hong Kong Fooey, #1 super guy.
Yeah, no, Monchichis, man. Oh my gosh, I used to sing that song all the time. Yeah.
Another random 80s cartoon that I actually loved as a kid was Snorks.
I loved the Snorks.
What's the Snorks?
The Snorks were so fun. Yes.
Is it like the Smurfs?
No, well, they kind of, but they were underwater.
Yeah, it was underwater Smurfs.
It was almost like your Bubble Guppies. It's kind of like your Bubble Guppies.
But it was better than Bubble
But it was
Guppies.
way better than Bubble Guppies.
Aww.
But you know what we're talking about though.
I love Bubble Guppies.
Yeah.
Stud City says the Monchichis were so random, strange little monkey aliens.
They were.
What's Monchichi?
I just love their song, man.
And he says, I still can't believe they haven't brought back Monchichis. That's such an 80s thing.
Poppables too. Those were fun. Those were like the Monchichis. That's what I used to pretend they were.
The poll is Gryffindor at 14, Ravenclaw at 57, and Hufflepuff at 29.
Ooh,
so
Ravenclaw's coming out.
Well, like I said, the reason she started with Slytherin is because we already had it open.
I already had it open, right? Because I was gonna steal the green, but I didn't.
Trevor's Videos is here. Hello,
Hi,
Trevor.
Welcome, welcome.
And I will play this one for you. sir.
Ted, Annette! Hey, glad you could come. How you doing? Give me your coat. Ted has a small carpet cleaning business in receivership. They got 15,000 left on the house at 8%. So they're okay.
Is this brown? Or is this red? No, it must be brown because I don't have any red.
And
I'm gonna.
King Ondor says, I only know that name from Robin Williams said it during his rap battle.
What?
Monchichi.
Monchichi? Robin Williams said it during his rap battle.
FMS Comics says, it's all good. Congrats to Brick a Pick. It was my punishment for missing the stream. Thanks for rooting for me, Mikey.
No.
And Stud says, Mikey, if you saw Monchichi, you would remember it. I probably did see it, but I just...
It's not ingrained in your brain like it is mine.
No.
I can't really remember the show too much, but I know they were the crazy alien looking monkey things, but the song is just ingrained in my brain. Ingrained in my brain.
Stud says the Snorks were better than the Smurfs, in my opinion. That cartoon was rad. I like both of them, but I remember well after they were no longer on TV, when I was a teenager and stuff. If I saw the Snorks on, I might stop and watch that. But I wouldn't have stopped and watched Smurfs at that point in my life. I will say that.
My childhood bedroom was wallpapered with Smurfs. So, I mean, I had Smurf wallpaper people, and I had the bedding, I had everything. It was, yeah. So I was a huge Smurf fan, but I did love the Snorks too, for sure.
Kay Oldor says, Mikey lied again. Is he never rooting for anyone, to be honest? That's not true.
Mikey J does not lie, for one thing.
I am a truth teller, my friend.
He is a truth teller.
So much so that it gets me in trouble.
People don't like it.
People don't like it. I had some truths I was going to share today, but someone talked me out of it.
People don't like it.
People don't like it.
They don't like it when you tell the truth. Yeah, no, he doesn't lie. That's fun. I love circles.
Stud says Smurfs were cool, but the Snorks were always interesting because it was underwater.
Yeah. That's kind of how the bubble guppies are nowadays. That's what the bubble guppies remind me of. Except the Snorks were way cooler. So cool. I used to love going on.
Trevor's hoping you're doing good.
Me? Or
Stud.
Stud, oh.
And Stud says the underwater Snort Kingdom was so cool and creative. Stud says people get mad at me because I'm honest and blunt. I get it, Mikey. Yeah. Yeah, it's
a curse.
It is a curse.
It is a curse.
But I mean, people to get smoke blowed up the rear, I guess.
Yeah.
You know,
people like their lies. They love living their lies, man.
And I don't function well in that
I can't function in that environment.
Yeah.
Don't blow smoke up my rear, man. I don't need no rear smoke.
Infamous says, do you remember the Dinosaurs TV show? Not the mama.
Yes. My niece, when she was born, she did not like anybody but her mother. And I made her a little onesie that had the baby on it with a frying pan that said, not the mama. So yes, I do know that show.
That show was a huge part of my TGI Fridays as a child. Like I was like angry when they took it off the air because I liked that show so much.
It was such a good show. It was so fun.
I'm surprised they haven't brought that show back.
I know. Honestly. No reruns, no nothing.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah, I can't even recall the last time I seen.
Sometimes I'll see the baby like on a T-shirt or something. Yeah. You know, it makes me giggle.
But like we see Elf reruns, and Elf had nothing on the dinosaurs.
No, Like, I can't even watch Elf anymore. I used
Yeah.
to, but I can't watch Elf anymore. It's just, well, for one, the dude sounds like, who's he sound like? He sounds like somebody that's not him. It drives me bonkers. Is it John Candy who he sounds like?
Bubble guppies.
Georgie's still talking about bubble guppies.
Bubble guppies.
But they have a cute little song. But again, nothing beats the 80s sitcom themes, man.
Bubble guppies.
Yes, Georgie. All right.
Trevor says, working on the last part of my Disney Up House stop motion. It's taken me some months for around 3 minutes of film. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of footage for 3
Stop
minutes.
motions
Yeah.
will do it. I loved that set. That was, I actually really enjoyed that set. It was fun. I like the movie, though. I think the movie is good. It makes me cry, so I don't watch it very much anymore. I don't like to cry. And so, but yeah, I did watch, was it Moments of the Magic who told me about the Dougie shorts or the Dougie show?
Yeah, we
Was it Moments of the
did
Magic?
watch that.
So I watched
was
that
fun.
while I built it. That was fun because Dougie's my favorite character of that whole show. So I did watch that while I built it upstairs.
Stud says, I don't have time for lies and games people play. Most people in the New York City area are very blunt. That's why they say New Yorkers are mean.
Oh, yeah, because they ain't going to blow smoke up your ear.
And he says, the baby dinosaur was cool.
Not the mama. Not
Q posted a link of Def Leppard's new album signing.
Ooh, fun.
And then Stud says that little baby dinosaur was blunt as well. He had no filter. He was funny. Yeah, he was kind of the original Stewie, if you think about it.
He was. Oh my goodness. You don't know who Stewie is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
King Oldor says, why I got a feeling Mikey gonna invite member. He looking at me to Two Truth and One Lies show. No, but before we depart for our summer break, I will do a special member show with everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll invite all the members on and a few of the good supporters of the channel and stuff, and we can hang out and chit chat and stuff. I'll look into setting that up here soon.
That's not gonna work.
Speaking of a good supporter of the channel, Jacques is here. He says, hello,
Hi,
everyone.
Jacques.
I like Fraggle Rocks.
Oh yeah. Who didn't like Fraggle Rock? I love Fraggle Rock. I was just gonna sing it. Down to Fraggle Rock. Oh, you knocked my guy over. Down to Fraggle Rock. They just don't make them like they used to no more, man. There we go.
Stud City says people on the streets of New York City definitely won't blow smoke up your rear. They definitely come off as mean. Now, I don't have a lot of experience with New York City people. I've never been to the city. I've been to New York State, but never to the city. But when I did live in Washington, D.C., for over a year, and there was a lot of times that, because D.C. is not super far from New York City, that you get people from the city that would be down in D.C. for whatever reason. And I don't want to say I didn't like them because I had a limited experience with the New Yorkers, but the ones that I did meet, I had a couple of run-ins with them, and it wasn't about the bluntness. It was if it didn't happen in New York, it's like it doesn't exist. Like when I would tell people that I'm from Michigan and stuff, like I might as well be living in the boondocks under a bridge or something. like it was like if you're not from New York, like you don't matter, your opinions don't matter. And so that did rub me the wrong way. I will say that. Stud says they just remade Fraggle Rock. It's on Apple, I think.
Oh, yeah. Fraggle Rock, man. I remember going to my aunt's house because that was on cable.
Yeah, it was on HBO.
Yeah, HBO. And my aunt had HBO because she used to record things for us. But I remember going to my aunt's house and watching that over and over and over again. That was like my favorite thing to do at my aunt's house.
Yes, son, what do you got to say?
He wants to show off his thing again. He made another character.
Oh.
A Ban, right? What's his name?
Slow Celine.
Slow Celine.
Slow Celine.
Slow Celine. Is it like a snail? Is she like a snail?
Yeah.
Yeah. She looks like a snail.
This her show.
Yeah.
This is her 2 eyes.
Oh, yeah. Well, good job, buddy. Thank you for sharing. She's going to go in your Garden of Ban section, which is in our Helm's Deep section.
Yeah, my Helm's Deep's turned into Garden of Ban.
Oh, that's sister. Yeah, Helm's Deep's turned into Garden of Ban right now. It's just because it's close.
Stud says, yeah, the New York City people are strange. They live in a bubble. It's definitely like that. I like, yeah, I mean, like, I don't mind the bluntness, but, like, that, you know, because I can relate to that. But
nobody exists but New Yorkers.
Yeah, yeah. It was like, and it was girls specifically that I'm talking about here, and so they would get a little stuck up and snooty. And in all honesty, I think they lived on Long Island or something. So
it's not like they lived in New York.
But yeah, I might as well be living in a trailer out in the middle of a field or something. You know? Like I know nothing.
You know nothing.
Stud says some people in New York City haven't been away from the 4-block radius they grew up on. It's crazy. And then he says, you definitely described it well, Mikey.
I've only seen the Statue of Liberty from an airplane. That's it. That's the closest I've gotten to New York. I saw the Statue of Liberty from an airplane as I had a layover in New Jersey. But I saw it.
And Stud says, I know people that haven't even left the Bronx. They haven't even gone into Manhattan.
Oh, wow. Wow. See, that's so cool.
Jacques says, one good old cartoon was Dungeons and Dragons. Yes.
Yes, it was. Did you see that they made a line of action figures for that? I almost bought them, but they were too expensive for me. $25 each was a little, but they were pretty cool. They would make some good vintage toy collection. But yes, I loved that show. We've got it on. We have it on DVD, don't we?
We do, but the second disc got ruined, and so I've never been able to see how the series actually ends. But I guess I actually saw this on YouTube. They never actually finished the series.
Whoa.
I guess they got canceled. They planned on doing more, so we never know if they get out, if they escape. And then, but somebody did like I think they called it Requiem or something. It's supposed to be like the proper series finale of it. So.
Really? Yeah, I love the little unicorn.
Stud says, especially females from Long Island. OMG, that's so true. So I'm not trying to paint all New Yorkers bad, but I'm just saying I did have a run-in with some females from Long Island, and they rubbed me the wrong way, I gotta say. I wasn't a big fan. And they listened to Biggie Smalls on repeat.
Wow.
Stud City says they had a D&D cartoon characters in the new D&D movie as an Easter egg. It was so cool. I know I actually Googled that scene because I wanted to see that. We haven't watched the movie yet. We're waiting for it to come down in price. It'll cost us $30 to watch it. We'll figure we'll wait them out a couple more weeks till it's like $5.99 or something.
No, these $19.99. I'm not gonna pay $30 for it. Same with the Mario movie. My our neighbor, they must have rented it or bought it or something, and Georgie was watching part of it, and he's like, "I want to watch it." I'm like, "I do too, but we can't right now."
Jacques says, "No, I didn't see those." Yeah.
Oh yeah, Walmart had them, and Target did too. Actually, I know Target did too because I saw them both.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I actually, part of me wanted to get those, if I'm honest, because I did think they were cool.
They were.
But
he was surprised I didn't come home with them.
But if I'm honest, Ninja Turtles has kind of pulled me back in as of late, and they've been re-releasing old toys from the 80s, and
that one we couldn't pass up.
I've been picking up some of those, and I'm already clearly invested in Lego here, so I was like, I don't really need more toys at this time.
Oh my goodness!
Plus all the video games I'm constantly buying.
Oh my goodness!
Which there was a controversy regarding that not too long ago as well.
There was?
Yeah.
I forgot already.
Yeah.
Must not have been a big controversy.
Well, I spent $20.
Oh yeah. I give him these. I got this little like refund. And they sent me like a $7.99 prepaid MasterCard or something. Who knows? And so, what am I going to use that on? And so I told him, I said, go ahead and buy some video games on it.
For the Nintendo Wii shop.
Nintendo Wii shop,
Yeah.
And because that's one thing, he can get a couple of games for $7 or whatnot. So
because I buy a lot of old arcade games.
He does. And so I give him that, and then I had another one, and I just said, go ahead and use them. They had maybe like $5 on it or something. Yeah, I'm out grocery shopping. He calls me, he said, there might be a $20 charge on the bank account. I'm like, what? I gave you $14, and now I'm gonna have to pay $20 for it.
Which I still spent the $14.
Right. So he squeezed out $20 more extra dollars on
It wasn't my fault.
Sure.
Since we're already down this rabbit hole, I'm gonna tell the story now.
Oh.
So the Nintendo eShop now, because there were these prepaid gift cards, and they're like $7.49 on one, and
right,
something
just
like that.
a tiny little amount.
So there are these odd numbers, and Nintendo eShop won't let you put in the exact amount. Like the minimum they'll let you put in is $10, and they won't let you do 2 transactions. So it's super frustrating. So I got PayPal involved, and I was like, well, I'll put them in our PayPal and set them up that the money will come off of those first before they go to everything else. Well, PayPal screwed it up.
Sure.
And took money out of our bank account first. It didn't even use those cards, and so.
But he made sure to use them later.
Yeah. Before she got home, I said, I better finish these off before she gets home.
Better finish these off. Oh.
So I got some new arcade games.
Yeah. Yeah, he sure did. Yeah, that was a fun little. I give him an inch and he ends up taking a mile, man.
Stud says at the end of the new D&D movie, they're in a maze and the cartoon characters are stuck in there, lost. It's awesome.
Oh, that's so fun. I can't wait to see it.
It's a great movie.
Yeah. As soon as I saw the previews for it, I'm like, oh, I want to see that movie bad.
And I think it's a good use of the Dungeons and Dragons IP because I've always said that because as some of you guys know, we played Dungeons and Dragons with Amberlia and stuff, and which I had to gracefully bow out just because I can't handle any more time commitments and stuff. But because I have enough hobbies. I don't really have time for any more. And but I do love Dungeons and Dragons. The world that they created there is, in all honesty, it's my third favorite fantasy world. with the first being Lord of the Rings, obviously, and then the second being like Arthurian legend. That's my second favorite, like fantasy fictional world. But third, I would go with Dungeons and Dragons stuff, even ahead of Harry Potter and stuff. Like I think that that universe they created has a lot to offer,
So much potential.
but it's never been given to the general audiences in an effective manner.
Well, there was so much hate on it, you know, back in the day. You know, moms hated it, said it was like witchcraft and stuff.
Yeah.
Because there were spells. I mean, I understand, but all in all, it's just make believe, you know.
Hugh says, it's a bit late, but I'll blow smoke up someone's rear. What color do they want?
What? What's he talking about?
No.
What color do we want for what?
The smoke you're going to blow?
Oh.
I want green. Blow some green from Slytherin.
I like green. Green's my favorite color.
Stud says, the little dungeon master from the D&D cartoon was so cool. He was like
cool.
a D&D Buddha.
He was.
It's kind of like Yoda.
Yeah, he's like a little Yoda.
Infamous says, way to spoil the ending of the movie. I thought that as well, but like, did you not hear me say we haven't seen it yet, sir?
Clearly, we gotta wait till the end of the movie in the maze.
But I do know that they were in there.
And he said he had looked it up. I mean, I didn't, but that's okay.
Stud says, at first I thought the D&D film would be horrible and too comedic, but it was great. You don't even need to know D&D. It's just a great film. Yeah, I watched some reviews on it, and that's one of the things that, you know, one of the people said that they weren't a big Dungeons and Dragons fan, but when they were watching it in like an audience, like they'd hear people that do know Dungeons and Dragons be like, "Oh, that's that," you know. And I'm more on that side, so that's what like a Displacer Beast. I'm pretty sure there's one of those in there.
Is there?
You know, like I said, the D&D universe has a lot to offer.
So much.
And they made two Dungeons and Dragons arcade games back in the 90s, Tower of Doom and Shadow of Mysteria. And for old beat 'em up style video games, like the old original Ninja Turtles game or Simpsons game, I still go on record as those are probably the two best beat 'em up style arcade games ever made, because they brought in the D&D leveling system to it, and it had like kind of a choose your own adventure. You weren't like when you play like Ninja Turtles, you go to this level,
You do
this
that.
level,
You do their story.
Yeah. Where this one you have choices in it, just like in Dungeons and Dragons, and so I always appreciated that about them. And they're super, I don't want to say rare nowadays, but you don't see them re-released very often at all due to the licensing thing, which is a shame. I have them on some arcade machines upstairs. I do, but because they are some of my favorite arcade games. And Stud says, it's not a spoiler. The maze is in the trailer. It's not the ending.
It's all right, Stud.
Jacques says, who went to see Fast X? Not I, sir.
Fast X?
The new Fast and the Furious.
Oh, I gotcha.
Pandemonious Panda is here. Says, greetings, everyone.
Hello.
Well, hello, sir. How are you? Well, thanks for joining us.
Yes.
And Stud says, the D&D film is well-paced. It keeps you sucked into it. It's been a while since I've seen a movie like that. Yeah, that's good. You know,
that's fun when they can actually keep you engaged the whole time.
Yeah.
Where when you're done with the movie, you're like, whoa, that was an experience.
Infamous Convict says, anyone else been playing the new Zelda game? It's great.
Me.
She has been, and she has been recording a ton of footage on it. I have yet to release any of it.
No, not yet.
But yeah, she's been playing it like crazy.
Yeah.
And
I'm a big Zelda fan. It's so much fun. It's so big, though. Oh, this is when I get to put this in. Oh, that's all it's held in by? Wow.
Panda says, I am well, thanks.
Oh.
Hugh says that joke was regarding what you said, Mikey, about you don't have time for blowing smoke
Oh,
up someone's rear.
he was ready to blow some smoke for you. So yeah, that slides right in there, doesn't it? That's interesting.
King Oldor says, I am addicted to it. I've been surprised I haven't seen you live streaming it, man. I gotta be honest, I've thought about doing a Tears of the Kingdom live stream myself. The thought did cross my mind.
Oh, there we go. That's what I have to do. How do I do that?
Stud says, I want another Zelda game. The Link's Awakening revamp they did a few years ago. It was like a modern day classic Zelda game. Yeah, that's kind of like a Link to the Past, wasn't it? But because that's what Wind Waker and A Link to the Past, and then third Ocarina of Time are I'm not saying they're my favorites. Those are just the ones I've played the most. And then it would probably be the original one. But trying to put together a timeline for the Zelda games is
that's maddening, man.
You know, speaking of which, I'm with the success of the new Super Mario Brothers movie. Will they, could they, should they do a Legend of Zelda movie?
Ooh. I don't know.
Stud says the Link's Awakening game had that old Zelda art style, so cool. I want another like that. Yeah, like I said, I think it's like a Link to the Past, if I'm remembering correctly. Hugh says I saw it in 4DX.
Ooh.
What is 4DX?
I have never heard of 4DX. Sounds big. Oh.
Infamous Comic says Link's Awakening Remaster was awesome. Never played the original Game Boy game, though. Trevor says, talking about games, what are your thoughts on the new Pac-Man set? Well, I did already discuss this today, but
I feel like you're in my area again.
Since you guys missed it, I will.
I gotta kick him out. Give me some space. Give me some space, man.
And here is the front image of it. Here's the back of the box. My favorite aspect of it is the little arcade machine. I wish that I could get my hands on that. I have some strong opinions on it, which I posted in the previous time I talked about this set. I made a video on it and released it. I'm not going to be cutting this into a segment and releasing this just because it's going to be probably old news by the time we get to it.
Right.
But I do have some things that I wanted to say that I'm not allowed to say.
Whatever. You be nice.
Let me just say
Mikey
this. There has been another Lego YouTuber that just recently released a video on this, and they they echoed a lot of the things I said in my first video. I'll just say that. And
be done with it.
Be done with it.
That's enough. We don't need to be talking about stuff like that. Anyway, and the word you're looking for is anyway.
King Olnor says, I don't have a great mood to stream Zelda game as I do get rage when I play fast action game. It happened a lot, even a lot of curse words every time I died. So no streaming for me.
I hear ya. Some of those are maddening, I tell ya. I don't know if I would go with the curse words, but I hear you.
Stud says Tears of the Kingdom can get overwhelming. KO. I get it. So much that you can do in that game. It's wild.
Yeah, it's such a vast thing. Like right now, I'm just going through and I'm trying to get heart containers, man, because I played Breath of the Wild, and so I came from Breath of the Wild, and I had so many heart containers, and not to start with 4 again. I'm like, man. So I'm just trying to do all the shrines. It took forever for me to get, well, because I didn't go through the whole game like you're supposed to. So it took me forever to get the what do you call it? Where you can fly. What do you call that thing?
The tutorial?
No, the thing that you can fly with.
Well, I haven't played it, so I don't know. No,
like the paraglider thing, the glider.
You're fine, Trevor.
What?
He says, I feel like I should apologize. Sorry. No, you're fine. You're fine.
Apologize to what?
For bringing up the Pac-Man set.
Oh, no, you're fine.
I wanted to go on a rant today.
He wanted to go on a rant, and I had to talk him down because we don't rant about people. That's just that we don't rant about things. That's not what our show is about. We don't do that. And I had to remind him because sometimes he gets a little frustrated and upset, which he should, because things can get frustrating. But again, that's just YouTube for you. You got to understand where we're at. Some people
I made some points
more
in my original Pac-Man video that I would bet dollars to donuts. I was the only one that came up with those points. And another YouTuber, a larger YouTuber, I'm more than certain saw my video and regurgitated those same points to their audience and did not give me a shout out in it. And that's frustrating.
It's
disappointing.
It's disappointing. But again, some people are out for YouTube success, dear. They don't really care what they have to do to get it. So, that's the name of the game, man. It is frustrating, and I understand your frustration, but we don't need to give him any energy. He doesn't need to take it from us. He's already taken enough.
Infamous says the paraglider.
Paraglider things. Yeah. If I would have, because I was afraid to go to the castle, honestly. I was afraid to go in there because, last time I went in there, I had to beat the big guy. So I kind of was staying away, but I didn't realize that we had I just spit all over my stuff. And so I didn't realize that our army had taken it over. So I stayed away for a long time. And there was a couple of shrines I couldn't do because I didn't have the paraglider. I'm like, I can't do this. There's another shrine that you go in there and you're supposed to build stuff, but I don't have any building materials. So I haven't figured that shrine out either.
Stud says it's crazy they turned Link into a Star Wars character. He got one arm now.
He's got Anakin arm, man.
They chop off Link's arm in the first minute of the game. I was like, WTF, that is crazy. But he's got the magic arm now.
Yeah, he's got the mechanical arm. I love all
people went nuts on social media about the removal of Link's arm. Really? Well,
I love all his new abilities. Those are nice.
And that takes you back to trying to figure out the timeline for the Zelda games. And there are some people that say that they are all within the same timeline. But you're really kind of stretching on that.
Because where does Majora's Mask fit in?
It's more like there's this is a direct sequel to Breath of the Wild. Yes. So they exist within this timeline.
Right.
Whereas, A Link to the Past, that one is kind of its own timeline. And then I think you have, the original NES games, those are their own timeline. Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, they're like their own timeline. And so I guess where I'm going with this, and it doesn't, what does it matter? Because they're just going to reset the timeline with the next game anyways.
Uh-oh, what did I do?
Because they do that all the time. King Oldendorf says, I about 75% finished with the instructions so far. Look like I resubmit tomorrow after I have someone look through the page in case I miss a mistake.
Good job.
Yeah. Oh, that's got to be time consuming doing the instructions, man.
Well, if like I said, if he does the build correctly, it probably would just go real quick. But since I mine take forever because I don't do my build correctly.
Trevor says, well, they should concentrate on making their own content instead of stealing yours. Sorry to hear that. It would make me frustrated too. Stay strong, Mikey.
Yeah.
Well, it's take BFAB, for example. I made a video once and he saw it and he got inspired by it. And so then he went and made a video, but he referenced my video and put a link in his, and that's all you got to do. And we're all good, man. But when you take the things that I say and regurgitate it like it's your own thoughts,
it's frustrating.
When I come, I have ties to the home arcade community as well, and so those thoughts that this other YouTuber is saying, I have a hard time believing that they were their own thoughts. They saw my video and were regurgitating the information for views and clicks, and yeah. Stud says, Mikey, I've had people literally message me on Instagram saying they are taking my mock and putting it on Ideas. It happened twice. I emailed Lego Ideas team and showed the DMs. They removed the project.
Well, that was good for Lego for doing that.
Yeah.
Because that's just insanity. What is going on here?
Then he says, I get it, Mikey. Some people like to rip things off.
I can't get this guy on here.
Well, I was they come from a slightly younger demographic, and what happens in with Lego content creators is that some of them get some good attention in their teenage years when they're still generally interested in Lego. And then, what happens with most of us, if not all of us, we eventually go into a dark age, where we're just really not all that into Lego anymore. It usually comes in our 20s and stuff. And that's normal. That's healthy. But when you've made a YouTube channel and maybe this is your living and you're really not all that interested in Lego anymore, then you're doing it just for a paycheck. And it comes across in the content that they are creating, in my opinion. And I don't know. To me, you're better off being honest with yourself and stepping aside or doing content that you are more interested in for a while. And even though you might lose some subscribers and some views, being true to yourself is more important than doing it just for clicks and views. At the end of the day,
this is not working. This isn't working. Something's wrong here.
King Oldendorf says Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom confirmed to be a splitted timeline from Skyward Sword. I can't remember who said it. Oh. And Stud says the person that ripped off my art and put it on Ideas got so angry after the Ideas team removed the projects. They were fooled to do that.
That was, that's just...
They sent me angry messages.
Oh, really? I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. As a general rule, the Lego community is a very friendly, open place, compared to a lot of the other communities that are out there. But there is a fair amount of thievery that happens in the Lego community. And there's people that,
Gosh, that took forever.
I'm not going to go into details here, but there was I heard one story about one Lego content creator was threatening lawsuits against another Lego content creator over techniques that were building techniques, because he said that he invented those, and like, how can you like say that you invented like building techniques and stuff? Like, I mean, and then I saw some evidence that pointed to that they didn't even invent them. They might have been the first person to talk about it on YouTube, but those techniques existed long before that person's channel did. And you're just like, see, it's ugliness, you know, it's just. And Stud says, the person didn't realize I was a graphic designer for Lego and could contact them. The project was a Disney IP anyways. It shouldn't have been on ideas to begin with.
Don't know who they're messing with, huh?
Well, and not only that, I sent messages on Instagram, funny ones, and I just sent one to Jen the other day, and it was like a Gen Zer or something complaining about why don't Gen Xers, why do we get an excuse? You know, people will complain about baby boomers, people will complain about millennials and stuff like that, but you don't hear too many people griping about Gen Xers. And this, they basically were saying this because we were the last of the feral generation.
That lady cracks me up.
And you know, we didn't just fight on the internet.
We didn't
fought
fight in real life.
Like we gotta, you know, we're not so old like the boomers are that
we're older than Google.
Yeah, but we're old enough. Like, we were around before the internet, and like
them fighting words, man.
Yeah, you come at me, I'm gonna come back at you.
Right.
Hugh says the thing is, step on people on the way up, you meet the same people on the way down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Stud City says, I emailed the brand manager that runs the ideas team. He took it down that day.
Good.
Well, it's good to have people in high places.
Right? Absolutely. Where did the
Stud says, keyboard heroes these days, they hide behind a keyboard and talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did these go? Got some extra parts here.
If I'm going to say something on the internet, it's nothing different than I would say in real life, man, to be honest. Like, that's just kind of how I roll. Let's see. Infamous says, Ninjago City Market's toilet copies the design from Martin Lego Designs using the picture frame holder for the seat. He did it first.
Ooh.
But again, can you really copyright a building technique? I mean, I just because you were the first one to do it, I mean,
maybe you can. I don't know. I got some parts left over.
King Oldor says, that's not why I'm not putting my mock on Rebrickable as anyone copy anything.
Yeah.
I don't know what copies mine.
Stud says, I don't put anything ideas. It was just funny. The person messaged me saying, I'm taking this.
Right. That they touted it
What a
right to
fool.
you. I'm stealing this and I'm putting it on ideas.
Well, anyways, let's transition to Lego ideas now. Let's talk about Lego ideas. And this came from the friend of the channel by If You Build It. He is a member of a 10K club. If you guys don't remember, I recently talked about his arcade, which did reach 10,000 supporters. So congratulations to him. And he messaged me and wanted to know if I'd be willing to talk about this submission of his based on the 80s cult classic movie Short Circuit, the original Wally, better known as Johnny 5.
Yay!
And
oh my goodness, that's awesome.
It has 1,325 supporters, 516 days left. And Johnny 5 is still alive.
I love Johnny 5.
It's a mosaic kind of approach with a 3D kind of look to it. Here's the minifig, the guy that made Johnny 5. Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. I always think of that song when I think
him.
I don't remember if it's in the first movie or the second movie, but it's on like he's on the phone, and on old phones you could, put in little tunes.
Oh,
yeah. I may have
yes, I remember you can put little tubes.
I made PS1 balloon circles.
All right, Georgie, hold on.
Just a second.
Short Circuit is a science fiction comedy film from 1986. The film is about a robot that is struck by lightning and gains human-like intelligence. The robot's name is Number 5, and later the film renames himself Johnny 5. Johnny 5 is alive. A sequel, Short Circuit 2, was released in 1988. I built this model because I love nostalgia. Like many other adult Lego fans, this project is 1,800 pieces and includes a minifigure of the Nova Laboratory robotics expert Ben Jabucha. I believe I'm saying that correct. I believe this would make a great set for many nostalgia adults who want on their wall. Thank you for passing by, and I'd love for you to show support for Short Circuit. I replied to every comment, so let me know what your favorite quote from the film is. Need input. Well, help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. And then Johnny 5 is alive.
That's pretty cool. I love it. I love those 3D.
See, this is when we were talking about like whether we're talking about asteroids or other old arcade games, this would be something pretty cool that Lego should get more into for people to put on their walls and stuff.
Right, that like the ET one, you know, they're old movie poster looking things.
Yeah,
that's better than some of the mosaics they have out there. Everybody said Ravenclaw, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. That's what I'm opening is Ravenclaw. No.
There you go. Now Jenna supported it.
I didn't do them all today.
Oh, well, I don't know that I'm going to get them all done. No. I'm going to try and get this one done.
And let's see what the chat says.
God bless you. I know, but there's a lot
So
of
it says, oh, that's rad. More input. Thumbs up.
more input.
More input.
I love
So
it.
cool. King Oldor says Johnny needs something else in the UK.
Oh, really?
Does it mean the toilet?
Is it something naughty?
Hugh says everyone can act tough behind a keyboard, but it's a different story if they were to meet that person to person. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Stutz Idiot says, help me, Rhonda is in the second one. So
Oh.
cool. See, I couldn't remember which was from which. It's been a long time since I've seen those movies. But I will say this. When Wall-E first came out, I was so reluctant to watch that movie and give it a chance because I'm just like, Disney, you straight up ripped off Johnny 5.
Yo, they did.
You ripped him off. And I was just like, no, I'm not like
so mad about it.
Yeah. Because, I'm a child of the 80s, man. And, I grew
messing
up
with my 80s, man.
I know about Johnny 5.
But Wall-E was such a good movie.
It is a good movie, but
Wall-E!
Johnny 5 is better.
Well, yeah, but
I'm not saying the movie is better. I don't know. Like I said, it's been so long since I've seen those movies. But the actual robot to robot. If you give me a choice, Johnny 5 or Wall-E, I'm taking Johnny 5 all day.
I'm taking Wall-E.
See, because he doesn't even know about Johnny 5.
Oh, that's sad.
I like Wall-E.
I like Wall-E too.
Stud City says both films are great. Stud says when Johnny goes into the bookstore, more input, starts freaking out, speed reading everything.
Does anybody remember Flight of the Navigator?
Yes.
If anybody ripped off anything, Johnny Five kind of ripped off Flight of the Navigator.
Stud City says Wally was definitely a chibi art style of Johnny Five. I felt the same way.
Compliant.
He literally smashed down to chibi Johnny Five. Yeah.
Chibi Johnny Five.
Am I breathing down now, Wally?
What? Honey, you're squishing me.
Yeah. You want to show him what you've been working on,
Yeah,
Georgie?
he wants to show him this latest creation. Let me see it. What is this, Georgie?
A pila bird.
A bird?
A pila bird.
A pila bird?
Go on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at him.
I just made some scrap.
He did from scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for
This
showing
what
us.
she looks like when she's in the font.
That's what she looks like. She kind of looks like a horse. But yeah, I like her little feet. She is a bird, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Well, good job, buddy.
I'm gonna make another one.
Okay.
And that's gonna be.
Oh.
What is it?
I lost a piece.
What is it?
I don't know where it went. Went over by Daddy. Whoopsie. So I finished the Slytherin. I'm starting the Ravenclaw one.
You want to talk about it for a second?
The Slytherin,
Yeah.
the banner.
Yeah.
Well, all the little pieces are pretty cool. They stick in there pretty good. Oops, this one. You know, so you can close it on up. Except this one, I have to move this one. And then you close it all up. So it's nice. It's actually a very sturdy little banner here. I like how all the pieces like stick on there too, like the little accessories. Like I said, I'm not gonna keep it like this, but I might keep the front as the banner. This thing was a little hard to put on. Like it didn't want to go on very well. It gave me a little bit of trouble.
Let me see the official book.
But you want to see the banner? See?
Whoa!
That's pretty neat, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then I like how it opens up and, you know, you can set it down like all the little play features and stuff. So it's pretty cool. I'm excited to put all this stuff. Like I'm going to probably take it all apart and use every little inch of it. Mm-hmm. And then maybe I'll figure out how to do something with the banner, like the front parts. But yeah, I like it a lot. I love all of the details. And this thing is just cool. I can't wait to put that in there.
Trevor says, my son really loves those banner bills.
Yeah, they are pretty fun. I like it a lot. Now I'm going to do the Ravenclaw one, try to get that one done. Woo,
Stud says, I try to introduce all the 80s classic films to my nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
I miss Wally.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, speaking.
Stuck on that Wally stuff.
Oh, hold on. Let me wait for Jack's comment to come up. He says, who liked the TV series in the 80s, Battlestar Galactica?
I never watched that.
I tried to watch it a little bit, but, you know, Star Trek was really all I could do. As far as, like, TV, like, sci-fi stuff would go. I will say we watch, I don't know if you probably don't have it in Canada, but we have it's a free over-air TV called Comet. And we watch like X-Files and stuff on there a lot. And
they have Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, maybe I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
Trevor says, did anyone watch The Saint? That sounds familiar.
No.
He said, I used to love Airwolf too. I remember Airwolf.
I don't remember Airwolf.
Wally.
But
all right, Georgie.
Speaking of 80s nostalgia, here's some from Lego Ideas for everyone. And we have the Muppet Theater. And I got to say, this was just put on Lego Ideas on May 17th. So it's only a few days old. and it has 3,329 supporters already with 600 days left to go.
Wow.
It has been kicking butt and taking names,
Yeah.
kind of Lego ideas, and
Everybody loves it.
yeah, and
That's pretty cool. It reminds me of the set,
the Friends set.
Yeah.
That's got to be what they used to build it.
Or
'Cause
yeah.
it's the same kind of deal. You open it up.
Yeah.
But they did a great job making it look like the Muppet Show on the inside, I gotta say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let me see it.
Now I have that song stuck in my head. You like that?
You can, the band area comes down, you put that down at the bottom.
Oh, that's fun.
Phone's ringing.
I like that.
Animal down there with his drums.
Mm.
I can never remember that girl's name with the guitar.
Yeah, I don't either.
And then Ralph playing the piano. And then the little side area where Kermit was always doing business.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the Muppet Show!
Welcome to the Muppet Show.
Dun, 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 dun.
Ooh, are you all right?
Don't
Don't
do
do
it
it again, silly.
George, stop. That's
Hey.
enough.
That was not nice.
Anyways, he says, it's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to meet the Muppets on the Muppet Show tonight. The Muppets have entertained multiple generations for all ages for over 40 years. When the Muppet minifigures were released, I immediately wanted to build the Muppets theater they deserve. Growing up watching the Muppet Show and all of their movies over the years has inspired me to do this as accurately as possible. This is my iteration of the Muppet Theater. It is 32 by 32 studs when closed and unfolds to reveal the iconic Muppet Theater that we all remember. Once unfolded, part of the roof lifts off and flips over to reveal the orchestra. This then clips in front of the stage. There is a gap in the sidewall which allows different scenes to be slid onto the stage for different characters. This gives the set immense playability. The set contains just under 3,000 pieces.
Wow.
This set would be a great addition for the Muppet collectible minifigures and also gives us the opportunity to add some of the vital missing minifigures to the reigns, such as Scooter, Sam, the Eagle, Pigs in Space, Newcaster, and the rest of the Electric Mayhem with Dr. Teeth, Floyd, Zoo, and Lips. Very currently with the new Muppets Mayhem Disney Plus series. Yes.
Girl named Lips?
Maybe. I don't know. I have displayed this at lots of shows in the UK, and the most common comment is Lego should make this a set. Maybe you have seen it yourself. I hope you agree and vote for this project so it has a chance to become a set.
Awesome.
And Jen will support it right now. So tell me down in the comments what you think of the Muppet Theater.
I like it a lot.
Pandemonium's Piano says animal.
Uh-oh.
Animal.
And Stud says, I haven't watched the new Muppets yet on Disney Plus, but my nephew loves it. I didn't know it was on Disney Plus. Maybe we'll have to give it a try. And King Oldor says, I never watched Muppet or any puppet show at all. You must have had a very sad childhood, my friend.
Oh. Oh my.
I'm just kidding. But the Muppets are cool, man.
They are.
Jacques says, me neither, but I will see them for the new Muppets on Disney Plus. Stud says, I love the new Dark Crystal series they did on Netflix. Jim Henson would have loved it.
Aww. I didn't see it, but I did hear that they were making that.
Stud says, Jacques, the new Muppets look a bit strange, but people seem to like it. I haven't seen it yet. And he says, the Dark Crystal series is amazing. 10 episodes. That's that are prequel to the film, really.
Oh.
King Oldor says, I have a fear of doll and puppet, Mikey.
Oh, do you?
You can't be scared of Kermit the Frog.
Hello, Kermit the Frog here.
Oh, Miss Piggy, she's a little terrifying.
Just a tad.
Pandemonious Panda says it looks awesome.
It does.
All right, Georgie, what do you want to show?
He made another creation. He's just on a roll today.
This is Silent Steve.
Oh, too close.
This is Silent Steve. He doesn't stand, he just falls over. That's all he does.
Silent Steve just falls over, huh?
Yeah, like
He's a silent,
snake.
unsturdy Steve. He's a snake?
Yeah, he's a rattlesnake because you can tell because of
A
these,
rattlesnake?
yeah, because you can tell because of these.
Oh.
His little ears.
His little ears.
And he has his tongue out. His actual roll below his tongue is huge. His tongue is huge.
His tongue is huge.
Well,
Okay, well, thank
it's
you,
a
honey.
Silent Steve.
Good job. Silent Steve. Look at I dropped something.
Oh.
Well, thanks for showing. You're on a roll today with all
Convict made a good point. He says,
man.
just wondering, how is that able to go on ideas? Isn't it a current Lego theme or Disney IP? That's an interesting point. I don't know. But like I said, it's only, here we are. It's only been on there for 6 days and it's already got 3,000 supporters. So that thing it's got to be the highest riser on Lego Ideas right now. I mean, I would.
That was pretty darn quick.
Yeah, to get that many that quick.
I'm working on Share Toaster right now.
Okay.
Well, now it is time for everyone's favorite part of the show. And let me just say, I put a poll on the channel for, what would be the next thing. And it looked like the ATV and the Otter set were running away with it. So we will be picking that up, and that will be the next giveaway prize. But again, if you already have that, or maybe you're not interested in it, still participate, because instead of that, you can always pick something from our merch store instead. And
we got options.
So, and in case you're new here, it's the first correct answer in the chat.
Our chat.
In our chat that we see on our StreamYard here. And you don't win a prize today, but you get entered for the giveaway that we will do after we have 10 entries, and you can be entered more than once. So it's time to
start the music.
Light the lights.
Time for another exciting episode of Guess That Lego Figure, where it's up to you to decide which Lego figure we got for you today. With all the Lego figures out here that we got under one roof, we're going to leave it up to you to decide which one it's going to be. And if you can guess who it is, we will send you a terrific prize. So let's see which one it's going to be today.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 da, 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 dun, 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. And we have a winner. It is Marion Ravenwood.
Good job, Infamous.
So did you know that? Did you have to look it up?
That's not cheating.
No,
it's not cheating.
That's not cheating. That's fine.
He was first with
We
the correct.
understand.
He's the only one with the correct answer.
Good job, Infamous.
King Oldor says, "Passes, I busy."
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt you. What?
Stud says, "I know who that is." Sorry, I had to. Well, for that,
The
sir.
new house is amazing. So much character. We do have a rat problem.
I said, I want the knife. Please.
I love it. I want the knife.
She is from the original Indiana Jones run. It was we actually because we made some Bricklink orders of late, and Jen was originally going to use her torso for her Rosie, the Samwise Gamgee's wife. And the story they had her torso and they had her head, and I'm like, well, heck, we're that close to just building Marion. We might as well just get her.
So I still ended up using Marion's face for Rosie.
Yeah.
So we got 2 of the heads, and we just got 1 of the torsos. And then I found what's her name? Angelica.
Yeah, her torso.
Angelica's torso. God bless you.
you.
I found Angelica's torso, and it worked about a lot better. I liked it a lot more.
Come here, want to go please?
King Old North says, "Infamous, always look everything up, and he fast type." Yeah. Hey,
he's on the ball, man.
He's always a contender.
He's a contender. We got a contender.
Stud says, "I'm horrible at guessing the things. You do a great job of making it challenging." Well, I'm gonna be mixing it up a little bit, and I'm gonna throw some softballs out there. So you never know. Just to give those in the back row a chance at winning too.
I was in the back row. Huh?
Yeah. And she is from set number 7195, Ambush in Cairo.
Ooh. Is that from Infamous?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Trevor says, "I'm going to wish everyone a good night as I'm up early. Brilliant stream as always. Take care, everyone." Well,
Thanks
thank you,
so
Trevor.
much,
We
Trevor.
appreciate you coming in.
Have a good night. Sleep well.
Sleep tight.
Sleep
Hope
tight.
my dream is not spiders.
Oh, well, yes. We hope you don't have a dream about spiders.
Yeah, don't dream about spiders.
Cause you told me you have a dream of spiders. I'll freak out.
Infamous says, "Don't hate the player, hate the game, KO."
And don't dream about carrots.
Carrots?
They'll eat your brain.
Carrots will eat your brain? Whoa.
Yep.
All right. What have you been watching?
Here you go.
I can get 70 miles to the gallon on this hog.
Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber. And totally redeem yourself!
Carrots will eat your brain. About carrots.
Totally redeem yourself.
Hugh says, "I too am hopeless as well." Stud City is. King Oldor says, "I always hate the game." Stud Tidius says, "That fig didn't have anything iconic on it. It was a good pick. That's why I said it's random." Yeah, one of the harder ones that I feel like I threw out there, it was one of the kids from the Jurassic World theme, because he had a common torso.
He had the Harry Potter torso.
So it was
some
like
of the Ninjago torso too, I think.
Yeah.
The gray sweater with the red underneath. That was gray.
Hey, we have Lego Buildy here. He says,
Hello.
"What are you building?"
Right now I'm doing the Ravenclaw banner. I'm trying to start that, but I did finish the Slytherin banner.
Should finish that one.
So I just started on the Ravenclaw. So yeah, that's what I'm building. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, and he comes from Twitch.
Oh,
so
welcome.
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 Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for stopping by.
I got a little parrot over there.
I will ferret over there.
All right.
All right.
Georgie, carrots ate my brains, but now I have very healthy eyes.
Oh no, it's so insidious.
Yeah.
Never dream about bananas.
Bananas.
It says
no.
carrots are good for the eyes. Yes.
They are good, yes, for your eyes.
The banana will eat your eyes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, scary dreams y'all having?
About bananas
Watching VeggieTales too much.
and do ever dream about an apple spider.
Apple spider.
Apple spider. Lego Billy Will You says, do you have a Lego City?
Oh, do we?
And you can see
Can you
some
see
of it
some
back
back
there
there?
behind us.
The city's all the way at the end.
Yeah, at the far other end. But we have a full Harry Potter section, a full Lord of the Rings section, a full pirate section, a full medieval castle section, Jurassic Park, and a Lego City.
Goodness, take a breath, dear.
We like Lego.
We got Lego. We're Lego people.
We got bandit. Get it done.
All right. Georgie has been band and kindergartening it up.
Do you want to say hello to Sheriff Toaster?
And
Okay,
he
this
says,
is the next
wow,
one.
thank you.
Thank you.
Toaster's here.
Toaster. He looks like marshmallow. He looks like a s'more. All that marshmallow. All I know is that brown stuff, you need to put that back.
Why?
Because we use that brown.
Nope.
I'm going to tear them apart.
No.
Yep.
Stud City says, it's a good thing I don't like bananas, Georgie.
Yeah, Stud says, good thing he doesn't like bananas.
Then you should be afraid of a pine cone in your eyes.
Oh, my.
And then he says, Georgie has had his sugar today.
I know. No, he hasn't really.
Sugar will eat your brain.
Oh, my goodness. All right, George Henry. You need to calm yourself down, sir.
I got his badge.
Being a little snarky there, son.
Just a tad.
So
He gets excited when he gets to talk to all you guys.
he does.
He
But
does.
he gets
He gets a little wound up.
Sheriff Toaster back.
Hugh says, I love bananas. Stud says he's pumped. Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
The sheriff's back with his badge.
Oh, he has his badge now. Go that. There you go. Oh, I see his little star for his badge. That's cute. Good job, Georgie.
He actually does have a star for his badge.
Does he?
Yeah, he does.
I'm still...
Every week before we come down here, he gets worried about, well, what's he gonna do? Because Mama's always building something,
Right.
so he's got to know.
And Daddy's always chatting with the chat.
Well, what am I gonna be
What's
doing?
Georgie gonna do?
But it's not like he has a hard time figuring out something to
I
do.
know. I mean, how could you not? There's, you can find something to do.
Till I
King Oldendorf says you're insane.
Oh,
Insane in the membrane.
insane in the brain.
Oh, you guys better be quiet because I'm Stitch coming.
Oh my goodness. And Snake's back. All right. Shoo. Shoo, you snake. Shoo.
Stud says, I enjoy Georgie's colorful commentary.
Good, I'm glad. Hey, I don't like snakes.
So,
Okay, George. That's enough. Go.
Infamous says, I have to run. Thanks for streaming. Have a great night, everyone.
Congratulations, Infamous. Have
Congratulations
a good one.
on your victory again.
Victory again.
And
Never get eaten by a cobra.
let me just say, I made a rather large Bricklink order from Taiwan, and Jen just checked on it. I don't know if it was today or.
Yeah, I checked on it this morning.
And it's supposed to be coming on Thursday, which if it arrives before next stream, we will be building Black Falcon's Fortress, the classic Lego castle set. So I'm hopeful, fingers crossed, that that's what we're going to be building next week. So hopefully that comes to pass, because that would be fun to build another classic castle set for you guys.
You know, we love our classic castles.
If not, we will be continuing probably these banners next week.
Yeah.
So one or the other will be happening. But
we'll probably just we'll probably end with the banners too.
Yeah.
Because how many shows do we have left?
We only probably have 2 more shows before it's vacation time.
That's it, huh?
So that's why I'm trying to get as much content going as on the channel as can be. Pretty much, hopefully within the next little bit we'll have all of June, into July probably already covered. So those of you that do come to the live streams consistently, you'll see the Lego Ideas videos and some of the other segments that I've talked about will be cut out into actual videos for the channel. But not always. I plan on doing a Lego castle video going through all the castles that we have, and so I'll probably wait until we get Black Falcon's Fortress built now before I do that. And so I got some other stuff in the works as well as my point, but yeah, that's kind of where we're heading as we cruising into summertime.
Yeah, summertime's coming.
Because like I said,
we're out of here.
I'll be.
Lego's more of a winter hobby.
We'll try. Well, I'm sure we'll do at least one live stream a month over the course of the summer, June, July, and August. I would say you can at least count on 3. It'll probably be more than that. It's gonna all depend on if we're available to do one or not.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Stud says, Georgie, I was once locked in a room with a king cobra as a joke. It wasn't funny. My buddies at New England Reptile thought it was funny. Not so much. Like, it was just roaming around.
I have goosebumps because that freaks me out. I don't even know how you could handle it. Oh my gosh.
He says they said he's got his venom glands removed.
I don't care.
Don't really let me out.
I don't care.
That snake stood up taller than I was. Yeah.
That gave me goosebumps. I am like freaking out here. Oh.
Silas Steve snakes.
A king cobra.
Be aware.
Hugh says that doesn't sound pleasant. No.
Oh my gosh.
I was both freaked out and angry
at the same time.
I thought I was having a heart attack. Oh. Yeah, that's.
It gives Georgie palpitations. Oh my
Yeesh.
God. Okay.
He says there's a video of it somewhere. I'll try and find it.
Oh, that's even worse.
They took evidence of it.
They took evidence of it. Yuck. Oh my goodness.
It's probably.
Oh, all right, everyone. I think I'm going to call it for today. Thanks, everyone, for joining us.
Thanks so much.
We appreciate it. And, thanks to all my mods, Hugh, and King Olador, Jacques, and Stud. Thanks again for the channel contribution. We appreciate it more than you could know. It's a full-time job doing this stuff, man.
I know. I was just thinking I have to do all the reviews on all these too, so we can get those in the bank for the summer as well.
But thanks everyone for watching.
Thank you so much for joining
congrats
us.
Again to Infamous Convict on his victory. And we'll be seeing you guys all next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Hopefully we'll be building Black Falcon's Fortress. That's the goal.
So yeah, keep an eye out for the thumbnail. Yeah. Usually on Mondays we'll drop the thumbnail and you'll know if we're doing the castle or not.
The last 2 characters on that day.
Oh, okay.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, we got merch store. If you want to take a little piece of the show with you, you can get it right here. We got everything. You want some Mikey J stuff? We got the Mikey J Productions for you. So take a chance and stop by. We'll take care of you.